This episode of the Mad Rush podcast.
And so when it came to like accepted students weekend, like we were very much like team tagging and like going to the admissions events together. And I was like, like, am I going to go here? Am I not? And so accepted students weekend, because I also knew people from camp, I had connections to meet people in Greek life immediately that weekend. So like when deciding to go to the school, immediately we were socializing, meeting with people in the sororities before even deciding to accept the school.
Welcome to the Mad Rush podcast. I'm Trisha Addix, the original sorority rush consultant. While the stories I have to share are nothing short of astonishing, this podcast goes beyond the wild client tales and sorority life. I'll be engaging with fascinating guests from both within and outside the Greek world, uncovering the surprising connections that bind us all together. Join me for a journey that's as entertaining as it is enlightening. Welcome to Mad Rush. Y'all, I am so excited. My book, The Rush Bible, is available for pre-order from Simon & Schuster. It's coming out next May, but you can order it now, and it's going to be great for anyone who's considering going through sorority rush. This is the book for you. You can order it today. The link is in the show notes, and it's also on my Instagram at Rush with Confidence. And I can't wait to get this great information on how to crush sorority rush out to all of you. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I appreciate you. I am so excited about today's guest. When we were talking about doing this podcast together, we spoke on the phone, and I could have talked to her for hours. So we're not going to do that today because I know that y'all will tune out after, a decent amount of time. So Libby Shayo,
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. And Libby is a creator and a consultant. And where are you located, Libby?
New York, New York.
New York, New York. I actually knew that. How's your weather? How's your weather there?
It's fine. Everyone likes to be a baby here. I went to school in Buffalo, so this has nothing on.
So where did you go to school?
University of Buffalo. Great school, very cold.
Yeah, very cold. And it's actually warming up here in Atlanta, so I'm super excited. But we're not here to talk about the weather. We are here to talk about you and all the cool things. So give us a little background on you.
Yep. So like I said, New York, New York, born and raised here, no permit, no license, no problem. And yes, I did go to school in Buffalo without those things and still managed to get to class. So you do what you can. And pretty much always had a fear of driving. So it's not in the
Wait, so you still don't have a driver's license?
No permit, no license, no problem.
No. I thought you were just saying that like about other people. So,
no,
okay.
Me.
Me.
Quite original, had my MTA card and that's that.
Yeah.
But always wanted to be an actress, went to school for BFA in acting at UB, but the story really started in New York because that was always something I wanted to do. And when it came to programs, I literally picked the furthest possible SUNY. And so it was a really small and intimate program, learned a lot, but also Jewish mom was like, you got to make money in the business. So I took on an interest in talent management and casting, fell in love and was like, you know what? Maybe this could actually be my career. Going into my senior year, I was like, I'll kill the acting bug. I choose this. I had all these interviews lined up and then COVID happened. All my interviews were canceled. And we were working on a show with a UB alumni who was one of the original SNL writers, Alan Zweibel. Show gets canceled, turns into comedy lessons from the expert via Zoom. And so through that, I started to get inspired and post videos online. The first one that went viral and what started everything was me pretending to be my Jewish mother during COVID, freaking out. Oh my God, who are we going to invite to Passover? It's all on Zoom, blah, 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 blah. Distance. And so, yeah, lo and behold, that's what TikTok posted on Passover and tagged me in it. And the rest was history. And so I started posting for brand accounts. and running Jewish organization accounts. That's what knew me at the time, really getting the portfolio up, but felt like I was performing on these brand accounts, which was really fun. And so
Yeah.
through that, was like, it's kind of like I'm performing, editing, producing, like being part of the whole process, and I don't have to pick one. And then I started a podcast with my co-host called Schmuck Boys on Jewish dating, Jewish identity, fell in love. And yeah, that's like the Jewish part of my journey. My content stemmed from Jewish comedy, but also now it's much more than that. A lot of lifestyle, a lot of skits, a lot of Greek life sorority skits and camp content. And then I ended up in the agency space running accounts for snack brands like Sour Patch Kids, Trident Gum, Nutter Butter, to medicinal, Tums, Emergency, Chapstick. And I really fell in love with it. And then last year decided to make my own move to go full time in content creation. Also got married, planned the whole thing in 5 months, fell in love with wedding content. So I was like, how do I combine all these things in one? I also loved doing events when it came to being on the brand side and filming and pitching to the clients ideas at the events. So I'm like, what if I do event content creation for brands, but also creators? They give their phones to the wrong people. The moment is now. So I started a whole business model off of the moment is now, giving content in less than 24 hours for brand events and your special moments, from weddings to bar mitzvahs to cookbook launches to, your book proposal, whatever it might be. So
Yeah. So I'm literally writing this down because when you finish this synopsis, we're going to revisit some of this, but keep going.
yeah, so long story short, even though I did say kind of long, I just really have been doing that the last year and combining my passions with content creation and consulting and merging the two together. So every day's been different and fun and exciting.
So how does your Jewish mother feel about this?
Inspiration.
Well, you're off her payroll, so
She's like, humor's hereditary. Imitation's the best form of flattery. But then she would tell people at first, like, it's not me. Like, it's not me. But now she's like claiming it. And she's like,
okay.
my daughter's famous and a social media star because of me. Like, it's an embellishment of the truth. It's an embellishment. Right?
So the Jewish thing is like, you guys are really killing it with that. It's so fascinating and it's so spot on and it's so fun to watch and not make fun of, but just to like see the extremes that the Jewish moms. One of my very best friends from growing up was Jewish, and her mom. What I remember one time, she was chasing her dad down the street because the dad wanted a cheese sandwich, and it was cheese and mayonnaise and bread. And the dad he was like this roly-poly guy, loved him. His name was Stan Kaplan. And anyway, Stan wanted to eat his cheese and mayonnaise and bread sandwich, and she did not want him to have a cheese and mayonnaise and bread sandwich because it was fattening. So she's literally chasing him down the street, like screaming at him. Sis Kaplan was chasing Stan Kaplan down the street, and it was, that was a skit in and of itself.
It's
like
always a skit. Everything's a skit. Like,
yeah.
Everything that's funny is based off of real life. So.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to let's back up. Let's talk about your college. You said something so profound to me the other day that what'd you say?
I don't even know what I said.
Well, you're going to say it again because it was profound to me. Well, it was just a different take on sisterhood and being in a sorority. So let's talk about your college and that.
Yeah. I have a big personality. Always
Clearly. We got that.
I have obvious theater kid behavior. And so when it came to college and deciding where to go, I was like in it when it came to the Facebook groups, like lurking everywhere. I ended up living with this girl who since we were 14, so like freshmen in high school at this point, you're like going into your freshman year of college. We had like knew each other through mutual friends that like she went to middle school with, and we would always run into each other. And she was like the one person I like semi knew who was going to Buffalo. And so when it came to like accepted students weekend, like we were very much like team tagging and like going to the admissions events together. And I was like, like, am I going to go here? Am I not? And so accepted students weekend, because I also knew people from camp, I had connections to meet people in Greek life immediately that weekend. So like when deciding to go to the school, immediately we were socializing, meeting with people in the sororities before even deciding to accept the school. And then through the Facebook group, we
Which,
had, like,
just, I'm interrupting you. That is a very good thing to do, people.
yeah,
If you are trying to make connections. So continue.
well,
You did it before the book.
like camp friends were my favorite people. So yeah, that was pretty
Did
much,
you go to camp for a really long time?
yes, since I was 8 years old. Like
No, but I mean, like in the summer, how long did you go?
all summer. all summer. Literally all summer. It was like sometimes I would go to the day camp for part summer when I was experiencing sleepaway camp for the first time, but all summer. I was always at camp. I was never not at camp past 8 years old. I even literally worked at my camp as a counselor, and the counselors lived there after 4 p.m. The campers leave, and the counselors become campers and live there for a whole entire summer. And I did that for 5 additional summers in my 20s during college. And so I really
Whoa.
knew, and I started it in high school, my junior year of high school. So all the people who were working at camp and living there, also I knew going to these colleges because they were older. So I would hit all of them up. I'm going to U Albany. Let's meet up. I'm going to Binghamton, like meet them in the dining room. I used all my resources of like all my friends going to each school.
Very, very, very smart.
And so that, yeah, Buffalo accepted students weekend, like hung out. I was like, oh, like I super see myself here. And obviously it helps that I became like reconnecting with this girl who I already kind of knew, was also from New York, was also Jewish. We decided to live together. It was like amazing. And we were just like the dynamic duo. And our college room was ginormous. It was like a quad. We ended up living 4 of us. I didn't know that our room was going to be like the biggest room on campus. Like we would have meetings in the room, everything. So we get in the room, we get settled, and we have all these group chats, and we tell everyone, our room is huge. You guys got to come meet up and like, let's all go out, like first night of college, and like whatever happens, happens. So yeah, first night of college, there were like 40 girls in my room and we were
Oh my gosh.
together, and a lot of them I stayed in touch with. But that was college in a nutshell and how we started, and like using like the camp experiences to leverage who I would meet. And it was like constant networking to the point where later on when I was in a sorority, it was always like, how do you know these people? Like, why do you know everyone? But I loved that part of it so much.
Yeah. That's really cool and really unique. I mean, most people are scared, or I don't want to say most people are scared.
No,
but
like when I tell you I was waiting for my mom and grandma to leave so I could like text like 40 to 50 girls and be like, let's meet up. You know, like I was not even nervous for a second. I also like spent every single summer at camp. Like, so I was used to being gone.
Yeah. That makes sense. Like you didn't have the whole you're dropped off and you're leaving home for the first time. So that's an interesting point I have not thought about. So, all right, so let's talk about your sorority experience.
Yeah. You know, initially from meeting people, you really think you're going to do one thing, or you get swayed by friends to do another thing. And, you know, my roommate that I mentioned is to this day one of my best friends, like bridesmaids, everything. And we chose different sororities. And like, there's nothing wrong with that. So,
Not at all.
always prefaced with that. Like, we just both fit in different groups, but we would always merge with each other, or if sometimes we had like similar classes, like we took a Hebrew class together, and like someone from her house who's in that sorority would drive me because, like I said, I didn't have a car. And I also kind of feel like don't have a car and join a sorority, and like you get to meet so many more people in the sorority. Like half my messages would be like, who's going to North Campus? And like an older sister that maybe I didn't know as well would be driving me alone. And oh my gosh, like I didn't know she also likes Justin Bieber. So that kind of put me in a position where it wasn't just like hang with your pledge class. It was like,
Was there anybody in that time frame that didn't like Justin Bieber though?
yes. And like, what the hell is wrong with them? Like red flag, red
Yeah,
flag.
huge red flag.
Yeah. So, that's tough.
I took girls to the Justin Bieber movie because
I was in it for 3 seconds going,
oh really?
yeah.
That's awesome. Was it filmed at a concert?
Yeah, it
Is that
was. And it
Oh,
was
yeah.
like my bat mitzvah gift, and I was in the second row. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, so that's also a good point that you've made, that if you are not in the same sorority as your very good friend or your roommate, that just widens your circle. And that's what we're trying to do here, people, is widen your circle, make connections, buzzword. And so clearly you're going to still have to buy my book just because I'm making everybody buy my book. But you didn't need my book because it's all about making connections and confidence. And you clearly had both of those at a very young age. So, okay. So let's talk about what you were telling me. You know what I'm about to say. The benefit of being in a sorority that I've never heard somebody phrase it like this, and it's really cool.
Brotherhood of the Sisterhood.
Yeah. The Brotherhood of the Sisterhood. And she said that. That was what was so profound to me. I was like, that is something that I've never really tapped into, was that is a very cool thing.
Yep. I am a proud member of the Brotherhood of the Sisterhood. I have claimed the phrase. I have coined.
Yes.
Who cares? I've never heard it said either. But the truth is that the second I decided to join the sorority, I met many, many members of fraternities. Not what you all think, okay? Like, not in that sense. Like, genuinely, I was such a friendly, 18-year-old? And I just wanted to talk and know everyone. And one of the girls who had rushed early, so had rushed first semester, when I was rushing second semester, she was already in the sorority. We were the same year. We're also extremely close to this day. And
wait, why were you rushing second semester and she did it first semester?
She had enough credits to join the sorority first semester as a freshman. I did not. So like most people, I did formal recruitment in the spring. So she definitely knew a lot more people, and she was pledged sisters with people in the fraternities that did that freshman year, if that makes sense. So basically, she was one of the people who came to my dorm the first night of college.
Of course she was. Because was there anybody that didn't come to your dorm?
No. Honestly, everyone in
how many students how many students are there? Do you know?
Oh my gosh, 20,000 per year or something. But one of the things I always remembered, when I visited, was people saying it's such a big school that the best way to get to know people in this type of school is through Greek life. But yeah, so she had introduced me to people, and when there were formal events and stuff, I was meeting a lot of these boys who live near the dorms. Flash forward, these boys drove me to class. These boys came to all my shows with flowers in hand, fraternity boys. These boys always took care of me, and always were just a vibe, people I would introduce to my friends. My friends from home knew them. They became really big characters in my life. And I was someone that did have a lot of guy friends in high school or middle school. Even I wasn't, are you a guy? Are you a girl? It was just let's be friends. So
Right.
these boys were my brothers, and I would hang out in like their house, and all of them kind of felt like close to me to the point where we had fraternity families. And so one of them and I decided, like, let's be twins. Our littles will be your little, my little, and then your big will be my big, and then my big will be your big. And that was like
That's
the one
so
thing I
cute.
did the second I joined the sorority, as I did that with like all my fraternity friends. I was like,
Wait, you did that with more than one?
like I did that with like a few of them. Like if I
Oh,
had like
wow.
a close friend or circle, but this was like this one gets my love like the most.
Right.
And
Okay.
so like then when I had a little, like they joined like the party to like celebrate and like would come, or stuff like that. So it was just like this really sweet thing. And then like all my theater kid friends that would be like, she's too sorority, and all my like sorority friends would be like, she's too theater kid. They would see the fraternity people at the shows and be like, whoa, like whatever happens. And like my parents got to know them. And to this day, every birthday party I've had in the city post graduating, we all live in different places, Florida, Connecticut. They come, they travel all
Really?
the way, they show up, they come to my wedding, they're wearing sombreros, they give speeches. Like,
Wait, where was your wedding? Why were they wearing sombreros?
there was a taco station. I genuinely thought
Uh,
that they brought sombreros to the wedding, though, because it's something they would do. They're like with their sunglasses, cleaning out the open bar. Like nothing's changed, but like genuinely so happy for me that I'm getting married. Like, so, they really are my brothers. I talk to them all the time still. And yeah.
so wait, can we revisit the sombreros at the wedding?
Pretty legendary, pretty legendary.
Yeah, that is pretty legendary. So was it your wedding formal?
No, like my actual, like I got married. Like at my
No, I know. What I'm saying is, was it a formal wedding? What was the attire?
Yes, it was a formal wedding. It was a formal wedding. I mean, I didn't write black tie in the invitation, but like it was a formal wedding.
God, how many people were at your wedding?
300?
Yeah, I was like, there's no way she had a wedding that was less than 300.
I mean,
No.
I'm also married to a Syrian, nice Jewish boy, big family, so like lots of friends in the mix. Friends have plus ones, the whole shebang.
Yeah, it starts to add up. Plus, you have all your camp friends from
Yeah.
the dawn of man, and so that's super cool. And they come. That gives me another idea for. I also have some close friends, and I did not invite them to my book event because they don't live there. But I think I'm going to
You should.
because they're going to come. Okay, so that is super cool. So the Brotherhood of Sisterhood, I love that so much, and that was what was so profound when we were talking to me. I mean, that didn't come out right, but that's what I thought was so profound when we were talking because, of course, I always talk about sisterhood,
Yeah.
duh, but I've never talked about the Brotherhood. Also, what are you typing?
I literally just texted them, guys, I'm talking about you right now on a podcast. I had
That's awesome. Yeah, no, that's cool. Well, I figured you were doing something like that. I didn't think you were like just randomly deciding to.
I'm like they would actually freak out in the best way. Like they would feel so cool right now.
Yeah, well, they can listen to it and then they'll see even how cooler. I think you're cool, guys. A little concerned about the sombrero situation, but
there was a couple of mine. Like it was a fun wedding, but they were very much,
fun.
like on the dance floor the whole night. Like they were always at the open bar. Like it's so funny to like see your like fraternity friends like be adults like together.
Yeah.
And you're like, I say you guys do some like crazy stuff in college, and like now you're like bringing plus ones to my wedding. Like it's fun.
It's so fun to see how they evolve. People evolve, and when you've known them for so long. I feel the same way about my friends, and I'm obviously much older than you, but it's so cool to see people that I'm holding their hair back in college, and then have these families and how that works. It's really cool. Okay, but can we talk about your mother with the wedding planning? Was that a thing?
I mean, sure, but all out of love.
Oh yeah, no.
I also had a very short like engagement on purpose. Like it was 5 months. Like
Yeah.
got engaged April 12th and married September 15th. We got engaged on a Sunday. We put like the down payment that Friday. Like personally, my philosophy is like, don't wait, just do. Like when it
Yeah.
comes to that, you know, you don't need to plan so much. Like plan the rest of your lives after the
Right.
wedding. Like the real life starts after the wedding. So I was I was very grateful. And also, I didn't really want to give it all the time it deserved when it came to like designing or colors. Like, that was never like my dream.
Right.
I picked the first dress from the first place I ever went to. And technically, that appointment wasn't even a real appointment. Uh, I literally, no joke.
So do you make decisions really quickly?
It depends. Like I do like to act fast, but for my wedding, you know, we dated for 3 years. Like it wasn't a
Right.
matter of like ever a hesitation. It was like at that
No, I'm talking about, yeah, I didn't mean that. I meant like
yeah.
if you see a sweater you like, if you see a sweater,
I'm a
do you,
terrible shopper. I'm terrible. Because I'm like, do I really need this? Like,
hmm.
um,
The answer is always yes, Libby.
yeah, but
Yes.
I'm not one to like shop like that, or I won't just like get something. I'm like, do I really need it? And also, I'm definitely very fortunate and so grateful that a lot of brands send me things. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to purge. Like I have to get rid of something
Yeah.
before I get myself the new thing, or I have a lot of that, or everything I own looks like that. I'm not just like, oh, I'm gonna buy this. Like I'll
Right.
probably call like three people first. And be like, do you like this?
That is interesting. And the brand thing is interesting too. And I've gotten a little of that, not anywhere near your scale, but it kind of throws you for a loop when you're like, wait, if I post about this, like, shouldn't I get it for free kind of thing, But it's, again, tiny scale and it doesn't really,
Well, I more so
really,
mean like brands are sending me clothes. So then
right,
I'm like, I just got a dress that's similar. Or like I don't need another
right.
pair of leggings. I just got more. You know, I try to really be mindful. And I also give my friends a lot. A
Oh,
lot.
that's nice.
So like sometimes someone will give me something and maybe it doesn't fit me right, but I like still think someone will appreciate it and look great. Like hell yeah. Or like skincare.
Yeah. 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 The skincare thing is for sure. And if you're listening, St. Crucigan Care for Young Faces is amazing. So there's a little commercial for you. Okay. Can we go back to your content creation? Because you said something that really was interesting to me. So let's talk about what that means, content creation and what you do. And have the boys texted you back yet?
No, not yet, not yet. They might just be really studious right now and like not on their phones during work. Like I'm quite impressed. We'll give them a shout.
Yeah.
Yoni, Jordan, Jason, Dom, like they know who they are. Nate, like they're fun.
Nate the Great.
Yeah,
I love the name
they're
Nate.
such a squad. Like Nate,
And they live all over.
Jordan, Dom. Yeah, Yoni. Like they're a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Okay, so let's get back to your content creation.
Yep.
Explain that to me, because I have some events coming up, and I'm curious, like what that would. Let's just use me as an example for a book event, like you
Yeah.
were talking about a
So
book proposal.
my friend Belinda Strauss, she is a big following and she's an amazing Jewish content creator. And so when she had her book launch for Eat Jewish, her cookbook, she hired me as her content creator. So I got paid essentially for the day for being there, taking all the video content. She got handed all of the B roll, but then you also get one edited reel by the end of the day. And then you can also choose if you want it in 24 hours or by the end of the week. I always push for the extra fee of 24 hours because I always think like the moment is now, like, let's do it. And so I give like two options essentially. And then I also have an add on of like adding a TikTok trend or like whatever you want the video to be, if you want more than one video. But I choreographed some TikTok trends for her during her event.
So explain to me what that means. I don't even know what choreographing TikTok trends means.
Like, let's say there's a trend, for example, when you get married and it's like, stop, I ain't ready yet. I think I'm ready. Like, it's like the song where it's like Beyonce singing, I believe. And so like it's like you getting your hair done during your wedding. You have to like lip sync to each word. You can't really do that on your own wedding day. It's not,
Right.
you need someone who gets it and like can film all the pieces for you. Your mom's getting her makeup done. Your bridesmaids might be busy. So like I'm kind of that person that brings that moment to life. For me, I did my own where it's like allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is, and then like showing me in the dress, like me in the pajamas versus me in the dress. My makeup and hair people couldn't believe how much content I got done on my own. Like I had a full hour to myself just with them. And then my mom came and my mother-in-law came. But yeah,
Wow.
I just went crazy, like filmed everything on my phone, had it to the side. And like I knew the angles for me. Like, would it have been helpful to have a me do me? Yes. I just didn't know someone that I could trust to do that. And then all my bridesmaids for the actual wedding followed me with my phone. All 12 of them shared time to hold my phone so that at the end of the wedding, when I got my phone, I had all the videos for me. So by them doing that, I basically fell in love with it because the next morning I was able to post. And even the photographer
Oh.
was able to like send me like 10 of the best photos. Like it was like pretty fast that I was able to access everything and share.
So when you say your bridesmaids, like, do they each carry a phone or they passed your phone along? Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, my personal phone.
And then
And
so
then
when you were
on top of that, there was a shared album. So like if they took anything on their phone, it was in a shared album. So I have everything from every angle.
and then I'm going on a deep dive. And did you post it
Yeah.
all?
It's on Say I Do with Lib, which is my Instagram for wedding content. And then I also got every single video from the videographer at my wedding. So he sent me like a huge file drive. So I've been using that. I've been using my friends. And
So you just got married this past September, correct?
it's almost a year and a half.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. September
Um
in 2024.
wow. This is fascinating to me. This
I
I've
just
never really
didn't know
heard.
that I was creating that when I was doing it. Like when it came to my engagement party, I had like 15 bottles of kosher vodka sent for the party. And I was like, great, like this will help, like awesome. And then when it came to the bridal shower, I had kosher food restaurants all send me food from different places. And so my friends got to try different foods, and I made videos from like bagels to sushi to pasta. And then I just like posted content at my bridal shower. And then for my bachelorette, like I got all my bridesmaids like customized pajamas and like skincare and like pretty much as I could do. I got like cut out heads and stickers so they didn't have to like pay for as many decorations either. I
Wow.
and then all we had to do was like film 2 videos on my bachelorette. Like we put like an hour of content time. Like I came in with the trends. I knew what I was gonna do, and they were all happy with like everything. Like I wanted them to very much feel like part of everything. And I feel like a lot of brides are used to getting like a lot of the gifts. Oh, my light died. Are used to getting a lot of the gifts, but I wanted my bridesmaids to get some too. Like they kept being like, "Stop getting things. Like we're trying to get you stuff. Like what do you actually need?" And like I was just pulling up with like my towel and merch and slippers and pajamas. And
This is fascinating.
actual wedding day, I was able to customize sneakers for my husband and I. I was able to get a ketubah, which is like your signed wedding agreement, and like promote it. And they gave it to me in exchange. And like I gave them a video from my wedding service where I was like, ketubah.com, like mid wedding service. So it was,
Wait, you did that in the middle of your wedding service?
it was fun. It was fun.
That is so
They were like,
cool.
such a beautiful ketubah. I was like, ketubah.com, like, having fun with it. And then the sneakers, like telling the photographer, hey, can you focus on the sneakers, but can you also focus on the ketubah? And like, Yeah, those were like certain exchanges that I did. And I also customized sweatshirts for our wedding day that we wore on our honeymoon and stuff.
Where'd you go on your honeymoon?
Oh, we flew to Puerto Rico, and then from Puerto Rico, we took a cruise out to St. Martin, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, Barbados for like a week.
So why did you need a sweatshirt in that situation?
A sweatshirt that says Mrs. Shayo, Mr. Shayo with your customized shoes is needed on honeymoon.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like custom tank top. You're going to the freaking Caribbean.
Yeah, but you're
Like-
on a cruise and it's windy at night.
Okay.
And you can wear it all year round. And
This spoken from a young whippersnapper. All I can think is I would be sweating uncontrollably. Like that was my takeaway from that part of what you were saying was that you were hot, like temperature hot. Like that was what I was thinking the whole time you were talking about the sweatshirt. I was like, huh.
But
Yeah.
no, it was really fun and special, and I just kind of want to give that to other brides, if ever.
Yeah. That's really cool. And that's very generous of you in spirit. And that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's an enjoyable part of your life, and it can feel really stressful when you're going through it. Luckily for me, there was no time to think about all of them. It was just like, yeah, I want to like keep these memories alive too.
Yeah, I can't wait to go on the deep dive of that. So speaking of deep dive, is there anything else that I forgot to cover that you want to cover? If not, we're going to tell people how to find you.
No, I feel like we covered a lot of territory.
Well, I feel like I could talk to you, like I said, for hours. I think you're amazing and hilarious and all good things. So I'm super glad you were here. So how can people find you?
Libby
On the interwebs.
Yeah, Libby Amber Shayo on literally everything.
Can you spell that?
LibbyAmbershayo. Previously,
right.
Libby Amber Walker. That was also me at one point. So,
And do you go by a double name? Like, do you go by Libby Amber?
no.
Okay.
There were a lot of Libby Walkers when I started social media. So I did Libby Amber Walker, and then when I changed my name, it just made much sense to just change the last name part instead of just Libby Shayo.
Yeah, the reason I asked that is because that's a very Southern thing. I mean, I've had multiple guests on this podcast with double names. And my freshman roommate was a double name. And so I would have been surprised if you did, if you went by Libby Amber Shayo. But I mean, whatever, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, like I like when people write like Libby Amber Shayo because that is my username.
Right.
So like I feel connected to that sometimes almost more than just Libby Shayo, but no one ever is like Libby Amber. I'm like, that's crazy, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That, and if you were Southern, it'd be Libby Amber, come to dinner. And
my initials used to be Law, and now they're just Loss. And my business is Libby Amber Shayo Creative. So,
all right, I'm looking this up. I want you to, do you travel for that?
I would, yeah. I would just be included within whatever is chatted about. It's all situational.
Okay. So we're going to be chatting about this. Because we'll talk about that later. Okay. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. You're funny, and you are going to do great things, and you already are. And so y'all follow her and see all this stuff. Cause if you're following her, just know I'm in my house going down that rabbit hole too.
Thank you.
I'm a little fascinated. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Mad Rush Podcast. If you are enjoying this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review. For additional Rush tips, updates, and more, please follow me on Instagram at Rush with Confidence. If you would like to reach out to us or for more information, please email info@madrushpod.com. This podcast is produced by Collier Landry and Don't Touch My Radio. Copyright Trisha Adams.